I previously bought another wireless MP3 player but sadly had to replace it just a few short months later. Not due to it malfunctioning in any way, but because my 3-year-old son decided it was thirsty and put it in a glass of iced tea. My bad, I left it down where he could get a hold of it. I came across this one and loved the idea of wearing it like a watch or using the clip. It had good reviews and star rating, so I choose this one. I'm so glad I did. This MP3 player is amazing. I cannot say enough good things about it. It pairs easily with my twin Bluetooths. The sound is amazing. The battery life is extremely long. Listened to it for 3 days at around 12 hours a day before having to charge it. I haven't used the clip yet because the watch band is great. I sew and it doesn't get in the way. It is so easy to load. The only thing I can say bad at all about this MP3 player is that in order to use the touchscreen you have to take it out of the watch band to use it with ease. That's it. I am mad at that. Especially when you consider it's my only con. I highly recommend this MP3 player to anyone and everyone. I've had a lot of these low-cost clones so I wasn't expecting much, but this player is surprisingly usable. The screen isn't going to be like an Apple Watch of course, but it's functional. Outdoor in sun it's a bit fiddly and you do have to stop running to do anything, otherwise you'll not be able to see or hit the right bit, but it does work well and does what it needs to. For me, I wanted music when running without taking a phone, bulky and calls disturb. Paired easily with multiple Bluetooth headsets, it does have a 3.5mm jack too. Also has a physical volume control which is good. Seems to last hours on one charge. Recommended so far. Please note, I am trying to review most of my purchases now so that there are more genuine reviews. If you found this review useful, please click helpful to let me know, thanks. I bought this product with my own money at the listed price, at the time of purchase, and received no incentive or request from the seller, manufacturer to write any review. First off, automatic upgrade from my really old one. I had my old one for like 6 years. It had like 4 GB memory space, no Bluetooth support, slow response on the touchscreen, laggy, had a couple features, and is now on the brink of no return where the internal rechargeable battery inside only holds up to like 20 minutes of charge at full, where half the time the computer doesn't register. Real fun stuff. I knew it was time for a new one, so I started shopping for a new one. I mostly like to listen to music when I mow the grass or do yard work because it's boring and monotonous without doing something else, such as listening to music. The old one was capable of holding to that regard, but the cable for the earbuds got in the way more times than I wanted. I wanted to try to see how it would work if I got everything hands-free and wireless. So therefore I began searching for Bluetooth-enabled MP3 players. I saw some that were outrageous, several $100s, and I did not want to spend a huge dime on it, so I wanted to try to find a good quality to price ratio for what I was looking for. I started comparing with some, but most didn't have the right stuff I was looking for. The wrist strap was invaluable. I wasn't gonna use the clip, and it would have worked better right there on my arm so I can just look over and switch songs, etc. With ease. Some just had the clip. Those I eliminated, and there were others that were quite large, way too big for what I am looking for. That, and again, I prefer the wrist strap method over the one you would have on your bicep. So, meet this bad boy. It's got the same material as my old one, nice good solid metal, not cheap plastic or some other garbage, and it's got Bluetooth capabilities. Works flawlessly with my wireless earbuds, no radio static, no noise, just good clean music. Connection had no issues. Cables included all worked. The touchscreen and overall system this uses is much more responsive, though, like the other one, albeit by a much less amount. The screen feels a tad uncalibrated, in which I have to press a button on the screen a little bit off for it to respond to where I touch it. For the amount of power this is sucking for having Bluetooth enabled plus the music at a decent volume, this has a pretty nice battery life, considering the ratio of running it to charging is negligible at best. I got quite a few hours going and it's still reading about half battery life, and I usually have it plugged when not in use anyways, so this is probably never going to die in any circumstances for me with normal use. Pretty sure it's only taken a couple minutes for it to read back to full, so charging power is through the roof. It's got quite a few features, mostly none that I will honestly use, but they're there, more than my previous one. I only listen to music, but this is pretty jam-packed with stuff. On the regard of the music, this accepts all of the formats I would possibly use, but since I only use Bluetooth, I use MP3 format. It's got an equalizer as well, so if I ever wanted to hook this up with regular earbuds for a listening session, then yeah, it's pretty great. Equalizer sounds real good, has more presets than the other one I had. This accepts ahold, that a lot of players don't use, though I use ahold quite frequently for projects and such, so all the extra potential for having this wired would still beat over the previous player by a large margin. After everything was said and done, this was hardly just as expensive as the one I had before, so yes, it was worth the purchase. Cheap while still being good quality, does what I needed to do. Hands-free. No fluff. No BS. 5 stars. Click link in description for more reviews.